Anthropologie has some of the most beautiful decor pieces out there. I think we can all agree, but their price tag is a little steep. So today we're gonna head there and we're gonna go shopping and see if we can't find something that we can recreate on a budget, and we're gonna put it to the test, buy or DIY. And a little bit later, I've also got an item that you won't need to DIY at all. It's just a straight up dupe that's really spot on. So that's what I've got in store with you. In the meantime, let's get on the road. A big thank you to the Farmer's Dog for partnering with me on this episode. Okay, we are here at someplace really fun, Disney Springs, and that's where the Anthropologie store is located, so you might get some fun scenery as we head there. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. It's so fun here. It is so beautiful to just walk through it, and even though it's a little overcast, the weather is perfect. It smells so good. What is that? It smells good though. A lot of candles. It smells so good. And that's fun. That's really fun. Okay, so a lot of clothes, not much decor. So that was kind of a bust, and I should have known better. Obviously I don't shop here a lot because I should have known. This is more of like a touristy environment, so they're not gonna have a lot of home decor, but I have been in other Anthropologies that have had more decor, so I thought they would have a few more things than they actually did. So instead we're gonna go home, check out the computer, and see what we can do from there, from their home section. So we're redirecting, but that was still a little bit of fun. Lots and lots of clothes, really cute things, but we're gonna work online. So I went to Anthropologie to do a buy or DIY, and apparently they forgot to stock decor for me to look at.
How rude.
So we're gonna go online right now and see what we can find. So we're gonna go to anthropologie.com, and then I am gonna go to find the home decor. And then we're gonna go to decor and pillows. We're gonna click on that. It gives you the option of, we can shop all of it, we can go by section, but I think we're gonna click on top rated decor pieces and pillows. And so we're gonna scroll through here. This one's really cute, the Camille Floral Ceramic Vase. This might be a good option. Yeah, I mean, that's cute-ish. The reason I want to do it is I think I have some things that might work for it already, so that could be an option, just as a maybe smaller project. Okay, we saw these ones in store. They're a little whimsical. You'll have to let me know if you like the striped faces in the comment section. Well, that's pretty. That kind of looks like a vase I did a couple episodes ago. Very similar. And that one, kind of the same vein. Okay, that one kind of looks like cabbage. All right, let's see. Oh, stop it right now. A garlic vase. A vase that looks like it's covered in cloves of garlic. Is that something you would like to have in your home? Because I'm looking at that and that looks a little unique. We'll just say that.
No vampires.
Oh, and you can have one that has figs on it apparently too. Those are so funny. Oh my goodness. Or tomatoes. You guys, are you into produce vases? Because apparently they can be yours for the bargain price of $148 for just this tomato one. Here's one that is really cool. And that is this Italian painted cylinder vase. Yeah, I like that. I feel like this is something that we could DIY. It's $68, so it's like expensive, not crazy expensive, but I think we could do it for like pennies on the dollar, like really. So this is a possible like smaller project we could do. Oh, we've got some mushroom decor. Oh my goodness. Mushrooms are having their moment right now, but that's not really for me. But now, I had a viewer reach out to me, and I think this is the piece that they were talking about, and it's this from this Hale Canvas collection. There's like a dresser and a nightstand, and if I were to do this, I'd probably focus more on the nightstand because I do have like a really fun idea. I think this is the one that somebody emailed me about. I don't even remember if I still have that email, but this is a really interesting piece here. So this is on a bargain for $998. The last time I looked at this, I think it was $11.98. So it says limited time. I think when I originally got reached out to, I looked at it and yeah, $998. That's such a bargain for one nightstand. I do think that I have a way that I totally want to do this. And I do think I have a way to get a very similar look. I don't know if we can get it like full on wrapped around. That would be a little bit trickier. However, we could get something that looks really, really close, I think. The trick will be finding like the base, like a dresser or nightstand that looks like clean like this with the smooth lines and the recessed drawers. That's gonna be tricky to find a nightstand. And so this is like one of those things where we're gonna either have to get really lucky or we're gonna have to wait. So we will have to cross our fingers. I think I'm gonna go thrifting with my son Camden tomorrow and see what we can find at the thrift store. It's gonna be like a total hit or miss, and so I don't know if we'll be able to make this happen for this episode, but if you like this, let me know in the comment section below and let me know if this is something you would want me to try and replicate. I do think this is an interesting idea. So this one's like more of those pinks, and I don't personally love this colorway, but I love the overall look and feel of it. I don't know if it would like necessarily match my house per se, but I do really, really like this. So let's see what else they've got. Brown stripes, that could be fun. That one might, like, you find the right wallpaper. Let's see, what do we got? That one, it's cute. It doesn't make as big of a statement. Oh, that's fun, like a just gingham. I think that one would be like, find the right wallpaper. And this kind of looks like the vase that we just looked at. So like if you liked the vase look, you might like this nightstand too. For me, I kind of am drawn to this one, and it would be a little bit more tricky than doing something like that one or even that one. So, which would make it a kind of a fun challenge. I'll see what we can find at the thrift store. We'll just have to see. It might be one of those that takes some time to find the right piece, but okay. So as a backup, let's get another larger piece to look at. Okay, so I like the idea of like a trifold mirror. That's kind of cool. This one is the gleaming Louis beaded gold arch triptych mirror, and that one's kind of cool. There's that floral again that we've been seeing, and that nightstand, that's a really popular one. I feel like the mirrors at Anthropologie are duped quite a lot, especially the evening primrose one, like the regular one. This one right here. I've even done like my own variations of it or bought something very similar for way cheaper. I do like that mirror, but it's been done a lot, but There's one that I was thinking about that I have seen previously. This is kind of fun. Wouldn't that be fun to do kind of like a swivel one? That's fun. It adds a little layer of difficulty that, you know, we want a little bit of a challenge. Okay, so this triptych mirror, I love that. And it is a little trickier because we're gonna try to get some side mirrors and try to get it so you can use it on a vanity table, like, and have it like like it bent, like make you feel like you're a movie star and have this fancy like vanity mirror. And this is $598. It's really, really expensive, but it's beautiful. And I love the gleaming primrose mirror that I have duped and many other people have duped. This puts a new spin on it, and we'll use this as maybe our backup. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit flexible this morning when we go out shopping. We're gonna start by thrifting, and I have a couple of project ideas in mind, and we'll just kind of see what we find at the thrift store to see what we can find to be like the closest match. I have like a hope that we can do like that small dresser, but we have to find the right piece for it to work. So I've got my son Camden with me, and he's a little camera shy, but you might see him poke in here and there in the frame. So I just thought I would address it, and it's gonna be a fun little mother-son outing. So we're gonna get on the road. Okay, so we made the drive out to Claremont to go to the Goodwill because it's so good here. I'm gonna head to the furniture first just to see if we can find like a little nightstand or dresser. Okay. I don't think any of these things are gonna work. Gosh darn it. Okay, so this is basically the same as that other vase, but I feel like this will paint better because there's already like a frosting on it. So same price, I might go with that one. Okay, this has potential for something similar that we could do. My son made out on some fun clothes that he's excited about. Okay, I didn't have luck at the last store finding a dresser, so we're at Vincent St. de Paul, and we're gonna go peek real quick and see if we can find anything. I mean, there's some cute pieces. I just have something very specific I'm looking for. No luck this time. One more thrift store and then I might have to call it. Okay, final thrift store here in Claremont. That's a cool piece. Looks like it's sold. I'm not surprised. That's it for the thrift store, so we may have to hold on the Anthropologie one until a future episode. I mean, they're all Anthropologie, the dresser, unless I come across something at like Hobby Lobby or TJ Maxx or Ross or something and get lucky that way. So, all right, that's it for this. So my son was kind of done and I totally get it. So I dropped him off and now we're gonna go to some other stores. I pulled up my hair. It was feeling a little wild. So let's go see if we can have any luck here. If not, we're gonna shift gears on the dresser. If I can't find anything in HomeGoods, then I will move on to some other of our options. Okay, I just had to show you this mirror. It's much taller, but it very much has an Anthropologie vibe and even has the birds on the corners like one we saw. Okay, the shape of this is actually really good, and I like the handles, but it has fabric on it, so that would be really hard to alter. I actually think these are kind of cute and have like an Anthropologie vibe as is. And at $250, I'm not gonna spend that and then alter it. So I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'll keep my eyes out and maybe we'll do it in the future. And all of these kind of pieces are definitely giving that Anthropologie vibe that we might try to recreate some of the pieces, but Anthropologie without DIYing. How do you feel about the mushroom? Look, are you into it? Okay. This definitely has Anthropologie vibes, and I might get it if the line is not too long, because I actually think that's really pretty. Okay, I found these mirrors. I got 2 of them. I have an idea, but I'm gonna need to run to Hobby Lobby to fully execute my idea. Right, next stop. Can't not go to Hobby Lobby. Did that even make sense? Not? Double negative? All right, it's a must. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? These 2 are from HomeGoods, and this one in the middle actually kind of matches. There's one other mirror, but I think we could mimic that and look really close. Here's some stuff that I got here. We've got that going on. How are you feeling about what we've got so far? I'm feeling better. I'm a little bummed about the dresser, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it in the future. Well, you'll have to let me know if I should still do it in the future, if I can find the right piece. So I'll keep my eyes peeled. Before we jump back into today's buy or DIY challenge, I wanted to share something we switched recently for Dolly. If you've been around for a while, you know my dog, the DIY Dolly. She's our little princess. We switched her to the farmer's dog because we wanted something less processed and more real, so she has the longest, healthiest life. The farmer's dog is a fresh dog food subscription. The meals are pre-portioned based on Dolly's age, weight, and activity level. The food is human grade and made in human grade facilities, and all the recipes meet the AAFCO nutritional standards. So this is the turkey recipe which we're gonna give her. You can freeze all of your other packets, and when you're ready to use them, you can unthaw it and then store what is not used in the fridge. You can see her name is actually on the package, Dolly's turkey recipe. This one's actually her favorite. Okay, so we're gonna feed her now because she's hungry. Aren't you, girl? Aren't you, girl? And then I'm gonna fluff it up for her. Look at that. I've never seen her more excited at mealtime. She starts eating out of the bowl even before it hits the floor and always finishes it every single time, which was never the case before. For us, switching to the farmer's dog just made sense. So if you're curious about fresh dog food for your own dog, just click on the QR code or click on the link in the description box below and you can get 60% off to try it. Your little fur baby will definitely thank you.
You're such a good girl, aren't you? You're such a good girl.
Anthropologie had their chance. Now it's my turn. Since we're unable to do the nightstand that I really wanted to do, our main project is going to be the Gleaming Primrose Triptych mirror. I think that's how it is. It's a mouthful and it's very expensive. At $598, we're just gonna call it $600. That doesn't include tax or shipping or anything like that. So by the time you get into it, you're probably gonna be easily at $650. To keep things simple, we're just gonna call it $600. So very expensive. So on our shopping trip, we found the 3 mirrors that we're gonna use for our version. So the main mirror, that one was marked at $99, but it's always 50% off. Like it doesn't even rotate weeks. I think they're just like always 50% off. So we got that one for $49. So the main larger mirror we got at Hobby Lobby, but I was even surprised how well they coordinated. They were even better than I thought. But so I first found the 2 side ones at HomeGoods, and I just had a very good feeling that they were going to work well with one at Hobby Lobby's. Now the tricky part was the hinges, and the hinges are the bane of my existence lately. If you watch my other channel, you'll understand what I'm talking about in the next episode that will be coming out. My brain just doesn't work that way for whatever reason. The hinges, it just doesn't work. Okay, so here's the problem. Because I do not want to cut off this trim right here, it's making it hard to do a hinge because it can't get super snug. So either I need to just cut that off, which I don't really want to do because I think it's pretty, and then it might have like an unfinished edge, which maybe we could work on, or come up with like another solution that doesn't adjust, like an L bracket that we would obviously paint. But so I ordered some on Amazon that I thought would work, but then I wasn't quite sure because I knew that we were dealing with the little decorative elements on the bottom of the mirror. So they didn't work, needless to say. The only way to really truly make this work was to either cut the mirror and make it so they could touch, so that we'd be able to put the hinges in and they would be able to touch and there wouldn't be any weird gaps or spaces. I decided not to cut them off because then I might want to break up the mirrors and use them elsewhere. So the hinges didn't work for me, so I ended up going out to my garage and finding 4 L brackets that were from an IKEA piece that they were like mounting hardware to mount it to the wall, and I didn't end up needing it because I used other mounting hardware. I had these in my garage, so they were free to me, but you can get L brackets for pretty affordably. In my case, they were free. But a 90-degree angle is not the angle that we're going for because we kind of want it on a 45-degree angle. So this is kind of silly, and I don't have a good pedicure right now, so you'll have to pardon me because I was wearing flip-flops. I just stepped on them and like bent them because they were not like a super hard metal, and I just kind of flattened them out to more of like a 45-degree angle, and then I kind of lined them all up just to make sure that they were kind of bent at the same. Really high-tech DIYing right here. This is, woo! For me, this is how I decided to do it because I thought it might take some finagling to get them right. I hot glued these hinges to the back of the mirror for multiple reasons. 1, because I do want to disassemble this. For 2, I just wanted to make sure it was gonna work so that for you guys, and it did. But what I would recommend for you, if you really like this look and you want to recreate it and you're okay with not having bendable hinges and just doing the L brackets, I'd recommend going to the Dollar Tree and getting their 5-minute epoxy kit, because I think that this is very, very strong. If you're attaching it to the back of the mirror, you're not gonna really have anything to drill into, and an epoxy resin is pretty strong hold. So that's what I would personally recommend. In my case, this is going to be really good enough for you guys to see, and then I'm going to probably break this piece apart and use them in separate places anyways. Such a bummer. I mean, maybe someday I'll get a sitting table and reassemble it, but yeah, it's just not functional for me. But I really wanted to see this through. I just glued it in, and then we had silver things. Now, I probably should have rub and buffed these first, but I wanted to make sure it worked first. So I ended up going in and rub and buffing after, and it's fine. I don't think it did anything. It would have just been a little bit easier to do the rub and buff first, but I went in with like a little chip brush and put in some antique gold rub and buff, and that worked out really great, and the coloring was fine. And the overall look, you guys, this looks so high-end because these mirrors that we started with were absolutely beautiful. I worry that if we had cut off like the trim on the bottom, and we could have maybe rub and buffed it a little bit, but I worry that it might not have gotten a clean cut. Maybe we'd have had an accident, broken the mirror. So I am super happy with the way this looked, even with the L bracket. Once we went in with the rub and buff and made it look gold, they kind of just disappear, and it looks beautiful and stunning, and every bit as high-end as the one you would get at Anthropologie, in my humble opinion. So just as a reminder, the Gleaming Primrose Triptych Mirror was $598. So let's go through the cost of mine. The middle mirror was $49. We'll call it $50. I'm just gonna round this up just to make it easy. $50 for the middle mirror. The side mirrors were $20 each. So we are in this $90. The brackets were free and hardly any rub and buff. So since I rounded up on the other stuff, I feel like calling it $90 is a realistic amount. Now, maybe you'll get lucky and you could find some of these items or find something at a thrift store and get a very similar look. But for going out and buying things new, I think $90 for how beautiful and stunning this mirror is, I think it's amazing. I love it. I'm a little sad that I don't have a spot for it because I am thrilled with how it turned out. And I'd be interested in hearing what you think. But this just goes to show you a high-end look doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be a complicated DIY, and we still saved a ton of money. Okay, so if you've been watching this far, and if you love high-end looks for less and you're not subscribed already, consider this your official invitation. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. Up next is an Italian painted floral cylinder planter. It's blue. To me, it looks like a blue chinoiserie vase. It actually makes me think of Lisa. She really loves this look, and this might be an ode to her. And the technique on this is one that you've been seeing me do lately. I don't know if I'm on a kick of using napkins to redo things, and it just seemed like the appropriate method for this one. So the Italian painted floral cylinder planter, that's a mouthful, is $68 at Anthropologie. You know, it's not very large. It just seems kind of expensive. So let's see how convincing and how inexpensive we can get ours. Now I got my planter pot, my terracotta pot at Hobby Lobby. You'll remember from our shopping trip, for $1.99, and that is a great price. And it was a good shape. It was not exact, but it's pretty close. So I first started by spraying it inside and out a white spray paint. Let that fully dry. Then I ordered some napkins online, and they do have some kind of similar-ish at Hobby Lobby if you wanted to grab those, but I got these two packages because I wasn't sure which direction I would go, and what I ended up doing is using one of each. So I took our statement center from these napkins right here. But then the rest of it was a little bit more consistent, so I used this damask one. Now they're not an exact color match, but they're pretty close, and I think they worked in our case. Now, like you've seen me do in other DIYs similar to that, you peel out the backing. I cut out the little pieces that we wanted to use. I tried to keep the pattern as well as I could, but you know, there's gonna be some overlap if you want some consistency. And then I used some matte Mod Podge, and I put that on liberally. Then I tamped down our sections and pieces, starting with like the main statement pieces and then filling in with the damask pattern. And I covered the whole thing. Then while it was still wet, and this might be dangerous and some people do this differently, but while it was still wet, I went over the top of it as well. Let that fully dry. Then I pulled out a product that I haven't used for a while because I thought that this would give us a really cool look, and I do it differently on our next project because I ended up doing 3 in this episode. I did it a different way, and you will be able to see the difference and why this might be a really cool product for you to get. So this is called Deco Arts Triple Thick Brilliant Brush On Gloss Glaze, and this stuff is super thick. And what this does is, because this is so thick, it kind of restores some of that effect that you would get on a traditionally fired ceramic piece. And this takes a while to dry. I dried mine overnight. It says 24 hours. It was handleable. Is that handleable? My goodness, sometimes I come up with some weird words. I don't even know if that's a real word. I could touch it, and after it was about 12 hours. So it went on thick, beautiful. I think this was added a lot more of a convincing factor to make it look more like a traditional ceramic. But on our inspiration piece, I felt like I saw a little hint of like an exposed terracotta that you will see in similar things. Now, when I looked at it closer, I don't know if it was that or not, but either way, I decided to go in on the top and bottom with my favorite. It's called Iced Coffee. It really mimics that like pottery look that you will see. So I did like ever so slightly around the bottom rim. I didn't want to go crazy. I didn't want it to be loud like some of the other pieces I've done before. This was like a really subtle hit, and I do think that this added like a lot of interest and dimension. So I would recommend doing this if you wanted to repeat this project. I just did like a very very subtle rim on the bottom and then on the top. I needed to do 2 coats of that. Then I let it fully dry, and then I tried to style it up similar to the picture with a variety of different greeneries, and I think it was pretty convincing. I love how this turned out, and I think by adding this triple thick glaze that really helped sell it and make it a little bit more convincing. Now, does it look like it was like professionally fired? And no, it does not. But it looks really good, and let's go over the cost so you can decide whether or not you think it's worth it. In my case, I do, but that's me giving it away. The original piece was $68. My version, we spent $1.99 on the terracotta pot, napkins at 50 cents, paint and supplies, I'm gonna just call it $1 because it's like kind of hard to like price it out when you're using some really small amounts of things. So the final price is $3.50, and to me, that is definitely worth saving. You know, $68 versus $3.50 for a planter pot. I love it, but you can make that determination for yourself. Just as a quick little break, do you remember a previous buy or DIY episode? I think it was my first official buy or DIY episode where I knocked off a Pottery Barn floral arrangement, and I kind of had a hard time replicating the flowers in the vase because it was the wrong time of year to buy lilacs. Well, guess what? When I was at Hobby Lobby, I found some white lilacs. They have them right now. So if you liked that episode and you want to recreate them, they have a near identical version of them in store right now. And I strategically placed 3 in this vase, and I would bet that you wouldn't be able to pick them out because they are really, really close. The only thing that I noticed is there's a little bit more like tan yellowy color in the ones from Hobby Lobby, but I'm telling you, if you're looking at it, you cannot tell the difference. The leaves are the same, the quality is the same. So if you liked that and you want to recreate it, go grab them right now because they have them for spring. So I just wanted to revisit that one because of that. For the next project, we've got this Camille floral ceramic vase for $44. Now, this looked like a cute little sweet vase. I don't know if it's necessarily my style, but I thought this would be really cute if you really have like a shabby chic look, or if you had a little girl's room. This is gonna be similar to the last project. We found our vase at the thrift store on my little thrifting adventure with my son Camden, and it was marked at $3.99. But it was 50% off day on blue tags that day, and so that dropped the price down to $1.99. And I went with the frosted version because I thought it would accept the paint better, and I think I was right. So that's what I did. Is the first thing I did is I spray painted it on the outside and the inside in white spray paint. Now you can use whatever finish you want of spray paint, like, because we're gonna Mod Podge over it, really doesn't matter, just use what you have on hand. I used a matte one because I have a lot of matte white on hand. So then, I don't know if you remember these napkins, and maybe this is one of the reasons I decided to take on this project, is because I thought I might be able to replicate it. So I had this from like last year, maybe even 2 years ago, I don't even remember. So this is in my stash, and we are gonna be replicating a similar process as what we just did and what I've done in previous episodes. So I basically cut out the floral pattern that I wanted, plus a couple of extra butterflies to fill in some areas that were like a little bit more open on the sides. And so obviously our floral design is going to cover up a little bit more of our base than the inspiration one. But I really do think that this is such a pretty design. And so it is, again, Mod Podge, napkin laid down, place the extra couple of butterflies, Mod Podged over it, let that fully dry. This time around, I decided to see what the difference would be if I took it out and kind of put a thicker layer of a spray on polyurethane. Honestly, if you were trying to get a more convincing ceramic vase look, I would go with the triple thick glaze again, just because I think it will get rid of the texture, which the polyurethane did not do at all. So. The polyurethane probably gave it a little bit extra protection, but it really didn't do anything in the way of texture or finish. Like, it probably made it a little stronger. And that's it. Super easy. Inspiration one was $44. My version, remember, our thrifted vase was $1.99. Then I'm gonna call it 50 cents for the napkin and miscellaneous supplies for 50 cents. So our final price on this is $3. I love the overall look from it, especially from a distance. Up close, I'm not full on convinced, or I'm not as excited about the finish not using the triple thick as I was with the other one we just did. So for me, I like it. And if you think it's something that you're gonna just swap out real soon, then I would probably do the DIY version. But if it's something that you want to have for the long haul or as a statement piece, in my case, might consider waiting for it to go on sale, because sometimes they do sales, and so wait for it to go on sale and then maybe buy it. So that's just my humble opinion. But let's go over kind of the final verdict, but don't leave just yet, because I do still have a no DIY dupe for you that is really, really good, and it's for a Mackenzie Childs piece. I'm excited to share it with you, but I just kind of wanted to go over the final verdict here real quick. So the nightstand, I still love you, but we were just not meant to be today. So that one might be coming in a future episode. Mirror DIY, no question. Save yourself hundreds of dollars and get an equally beautiful look. The blue planter, same. DIY, it feels custom, it saves you a ton of money too, and I liked the look, especially adding that glaze over the top. For the vase, it does look a little DIY'd with a little bit more effort, like the glaze. It could have looked a little bit better, and I love the design on the napkin. So unless you really like the look of the Anthropologie one and you're willing to pay $44 for it, I would just DIY it. But like I said just a second ago, wait for it to go on sale if you really love it. Okay, so now it's time for our no DIY dupe. So I'm gonna very strategically grab some things, and I've left them in the plastic because, especially since I'm probably going to be returning the Mackenzie Childs one. So the packaging on this is super cute. I'm going to slide this off so you can see it a little bit better, but we're still in the plastic. So this is our Mackenzie Childs cutting board, and it is so cute. I love it. I think it's got a lot of personality, and I would love to see this in my kitchen. But you guys, it's $199 for a cutting board. And it does have the Mackenzie Childs logo on it right there, which our dupe will obviously not have, but it's $199, okay? So check out this dupe. Okay, you're gonna see that this is very similar in size. Let me see if I can get it up here. Okay, do you guys see that? So it's 1 inch shorter this way, and I think this way, it's a 1 inch shorter in each direction, okay? So you lose 1 inch. And then also, if you look at this direction, the Mackenzie Childs one is obviously a little bit thicker. But other than that, I mean, who's gonna know? I mean, that is incredibly a great dupe. Now you're probably wondering what the cost of this one is. So this I found on Amazon for $36.99, and right now they also have a 15% off coupon. So I think it ends up being a little over $31 if you bought it. $31 versus $200. Yeah, no question. I'm gonna avoid the little logo on it that says Mackenzie Childs and just get this one, because honestly, if we really wanted to wood burn it on, we could, but I'm not going to do that obviously. But just my 2 cents. But I love this for a no DIY dupe. Love it. And if you like me doing these no DIY dupes, let me know and I'll try to find more. But I just thought that was fun. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't need a designer budget to create a designer home. You need vision, you need a little creativity, and sometimes the courage to pivot when the nightstand just doesn't show up. Now I have to know, are you on team buy or on team DIY? And which one of these projects would you have tackled? Tell me in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I think you'll like as well. And to all of you, I just want to remind you that you are powerful. We'll see you next time. Bye.